Even though he has a starter deck, I feel like this boy has been getting as much love as every other deck in the format. We're gonna do a little deck profile for Ragnalord here. Before we start this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to all of us over here at JOF. And yeah, on to the video. This man deserves a lot more love than he's been getting. Like, this guy is stupid strong. He has had a deck in the past, but it's not nearly as good as it is now. This guy got the buff he deserved. It is a very high power OTK sort of style deck. You do have a lot of support with the old pieces, and along with that broken option card. Definitely run that option card. And then the level 5s and 6s are just stupid strong for what he is. We're gonna get into this. Starting off with the level 2s, we're going to be playing 4 copies of Sakatomon. He comes in the starter deck. Again, most of these cards are going to be coming in that starter deck. There's going to be some few spicy ones that we're going to be putting in there, but most of them are going to be coming in the starter deck. Now, Sakatomon has that your turn effect. Well, only once per turn though, but when you play another Digimon with Legend Arms, you gain a memory. So this deck is all about playing Digimon without just paying the cost. You use the effects to hard play Digimon, so you gain. This comes up pretty often. Next up, we're running 3 copies of Ludomon and 3 copies of Zubamon, both coming from the starter deck. Now, these guys, I only run 3 of. I don't run 4. I feel like 4 is a bit too much, especially with the other level 3s we're going to be running. They both have the same on play of when you play them. You can put it underneath a Legend Arms, and if you do so, reveal the top card of the deck. If that is a Legend Arm with a play cost of 7 or less, you can play it for free. If not, add it to your hand. So this allows you to chain a bit to build up your evolution sources, because the level 4s have a pretty similar effect. But these guys, they let you cycle a bit. If you know what's coming, you can chain a bit. Along with that, they have pretty good inheritables, especially Ludomon. He has the inheritable to give it blocker. If you have a Legend Arm or a red Digimon in play, but you're going to be usually using it for the Legend Arms. And Zubamon has a when attacking effect of deleting a 3k. Now, this is great for going against stuff like Cross Art. You can pop most of their Digimon. You can pop stuff from Bagra. Can't really do much against Blue Flare, but we have our answers to that. And it really destroys the Bloom Lord. But yeah, these are pretty good level 3s. Again, comes in the starter deck. Our other set of level 3s are going to be our Searchers. We're running 3 copies of the OG Ludomon from BT3. Now, these Ludomons have the on-play. Top 5, add a Ragnalord and a Legend Arm, so you're basically always going to get a hit, but you're mostly using it to get that Ragnalord if you don't have it. And then along with him, we are running 2 copies of Spadamon from the newest set, BT10. Now, Spadamon has that on-play of you can put it underneath one of your Digimon with Legend Arms or Cross Art, but mostly for Legend Arms for the Digivolve one. And then along with that, he has a when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, add 1 Legend Arms to them or Cross Art. So you can use this as a searcher as well. But the main effect, the main reason you're going to be running these guys, I'll show you later when we get to the option cards, because this card comes in really handy for the option cards. Next up, with the level 4s, we're running 4 copies of the starter deck Zubamon. Now, this one has an on-play of it can be placed underneath one of your Digimon with Legend Arms or Black, but you're only running Legend Arms, to delete a 5k. Again, great against Cross Art. This card does hit pretty well against Blue Flare as well. You have a lot of anti-meta stuff in this deck. It has blockers, it has deletions, it has quite a lot. And then they have the one attacking effect for the inheritable, delete 3k. And it's not the greatest, it's the same as the baby, but it does come in handy, especially if you didn't evolve on the baby. And then you can chain using this guy with the level 3. And along with that, we're running 4 copies of the other one, Luda. Now this one is significantly better in my opinion. He has the on play, place underneath one of your Legend Arms to give it reboot. so you can swing with a big boy. You'll see the chain combo with the level 6 later that you can do with it, and along with that it gives it a blocker as well. So if you don't do the Ludomon, you can do Tia Luda. So the combo here is pretty great. Again, you're gonna have a lot of blocking and a lot of deletion with this deck. It's pretty good against the meta, I would say. The only deck this does struggle against is Jesmon, but you do have pretty good balance against Jesmon, especially if they don't have the decoy Sistermon on the field, which you will see with Ragnalord. Alright, and to finish off the level 4s, we are running 2 copies of the OG Ludomon from BT3. Now, this is just honestly an extra level 4 to evo off of. The level 4s aren't really too essential, but you do need them, so you can chain evolve right into your level 5 as fast as possible. So running the 2 guys are pretty nice. They have a pretty decent effect too when attacking if it's a level 7, which Ragnalord, D-Digivolve 1, so you get another D-Digivolve off. Maybe Ragnalord can't pop whatever's on the field, or maybe you just really need to get rid of a blocker. Tia Luda does come in handy. Alright, going on to the level 5s, we are running 4 copies of Rajin Ludo from the starter deck. Now, Rajin Ludo isn't as good as the other one I'm about to show you, but he is still a level 5 with the end of turn effect to DNA. So very, very good. Go into Ragnalord for pretty fast, especially since Ragnalord has Blitz, so you can use that to your advantage. He does have the when the opponent's turn, this Digimon can't be deleted by opponent's effects, so he is protected. He can be like bounced, but that's about it. We're Digivolved. But other than that, he is pretty protected, so you can get him on the field really fast. Again, this deck is all about playing 7 costs or less, and go figure, your level 5s are 7 costs, so you can get into your level 6 pretty fast with him. But the other one, in my opinion, is significantly better. We're running 4 copies of Duramon. Now, Duramon has the same end of turn effect. All the stats are the same as well. You can DNA Digivolve at the end of your turn, but that your turn effect is what you really want him for. Now, he has the your turn effect when you Digivolve into a black or Legend Arms, reduce the cost by 1. This lets you go into your level 5s, or level 6s, my bad, for cheap, very cheap. You can honestly go into your level 6, use your level 6's effect, get another one on the field, Digivolve that one, and then Ragnalord instantly. Is very, very good. This guy is going to see a lot more play than the other one. It doesn't hurt to get the other one. Again, if you hit those in the top, when you're playing your level 7s for free, go ahead and do it. But this, if you see this guy, play him as fast as possible or Digivolve into him. Again, you want to rush Digivolve with this deck. You want to get into Ragnalord fast. Okay, next up, going into the level 6s, we're running 4 copies of Duramon. Now, your level 6s are very, very strong in this deck, like extremely strong. Duramon has the your turn effect of when you place any Digimon underneath him as a source, he gets 3k and a security attack +1. Now you're probably thinking, you got to spend a good amount to do that since you have to hard drop it. Well, he has the when attacking effect, reveal the top 3. You can play Legend Arms with 7 costs or less for free. So you can just swing with him, get either your other level 5 out if you want to go into Ragnalord, or get a level 3 or 4, place it on the field, their effect to put underneath him, and now you have a pretty strong Digimon hitting for 2 checks. He also has the your turn effect when he becomes Ragnalord. He does not activate security effects of option cards, so your opponent's security is reliant on their Digimon security effects at that point, because Ragnalord will not be stopping. He is so big that he can't be stopped. And then along with him, we are running 4 copies of the other half of him, Ragnalordmon. Now, Ragnalordmon has the your turn effect of when you place a Digimon underneath him as a source. Your opponent's effects cannot delete or bounce to deck or hand. It can Chaos Degrade can still hit him. It is what it is. There's not a card out right now, at least, that can get behind Chaos Degrade, but it is what it is. He has the when opponent's turn effect that your Ragnalord isn't affected by your opponent's Digimon effects. Any Digimon effect that affects Ragnalord will not go off. Digivolve, no. None of that stuff will happen to him. Option cards, yeah, they can still hit him, but other than that, Ragnalordmon gives Ragnalord the protection he needs. And then the main thing about Ragnalordmon is the reason why he's a 4 cost, because the other one's a 3 cost. He can When digivolving, the same thing as Duramon. Reveal the top 3, play a 7 cost or less. Now, that is where Duramon comes in real handy here, because you can reduce that evo cost. If you have your tamer out, you're going to be at 3. Reduce that evo cost to 1 by 1. So it becomes a 3 cost. Use this effect. Preferably hit another one of these. Digivolve into this. And then you have 2 solid level 6s on the field instantly. This deck is very insane when it comes to how fast the level 6s get on the field. It's crazy to me. Alrighty, going on into the big bad himself, we're running 3 copies of Ragnalord from the starter deck, and 2 copies of OG Ragnalord. Now, let me explain myself before anybody gets mad. I don't run 4 copies of this one. It'll brick too much if you run 4 copies of this one. Especially since if you don't get the other half, he's not that great. He's good to end game with, but he's not that great. He has the DNA Evo for 0 from 2 level 6s, so your Duranda and Briwa Ludra. And he has when digivolving Blitz. Along with that, when DNA digivolving, every 4 cards in his sources, he can delete an opponent's Digimon and trash a top card of your... delete your opponent's Digimon with 20k, 20 play cost or less. And then you can also trash the top card of your opponent's security. So, with that being said, people, please do listen to this. The first part does not have to go off to trash security. You can trash security. It doesn't say you have to delete a Digimon to trash a security card. You can just do it to trash security cards and then blitz. I've seen so many people mess up with this, and they play around that, but they don't really have to. You don't have to go for the deletion effect. I mean, it's nice, but if you have game, go for it. And then he has the alterns effect. When a card is removed from a player's security stack, any player's security stack, he can unsuspend. So you can block with him. Your opponent swings, unsuspend, block again. Very, very nice. This Ragnalord is very strong for what he is. And now the reason I'm running 2 of the OG Ragnalords. Now, there will be times where you do not see your level 6s or 5s at all throughout the whole match. This is where he comes into play. He is a 3 cost Evo. He gives security attack +1 and reboot. So you have a reboot blocker. And he has a when digivolve effect. If you have a Duramon or Brio Ludra, so say I have 2 Duramons, useless, I can't Jogress with that. I can digivolve into Ragnalord, use the effect, put the other Durandamon I have underneath him, and he becomes free. And then you swing for multiple checks. You maybe digivolve a bit, maybe delete a bit, and he has reboot, so he can block right after. So he is the best flex spot for this deck. This guy has saved me so many times, especially when I eventually go into this guy and I don't have game with him. I can get another big body on the field using him, not having to worry about the expensive Evo cost. That is my reasoning. Some people will hate it, some people will love it. Alright, quickly going off into the tamers. We're only running 2 tamers in this set. We're running 2 Izzy's. Now, Izzy's effect, his on-play effect, probably won't go off. I'm not gonna lie to you, probably won't go off. But revealing the top 3 is why he's so good, because Ragnalord's whole thing is going off of what's on top of your deck. So being able to see that for 1 turn with Izzy, the next turn draw, and then do your shenanigans, it's pretty nice. I did used to run Hero, but he just he's not that useful. They're all pretty big, and they're not going to be swinging anyways unless they're Ragnalord, so Izzy has came in more clutch than them. And he's, of course, a 2-3. So, very nice. You're also going to be getting these in the starter decks. You're going to need 2 starter decks to run Ragnalord anyway, so might as well put them in. They're pretty nice looking cards, so might as well. Alright, now going into the option cards, before we go to the big option card, we're running 2 Fireballs. Fireball, great card. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon 3k or less. If not, draw 2. Just good. You can hit that against Crossart, you can hit that against Boomlord, and you can just draw 2. Very, very, very nice. And then finally, for the bread and butter of the deck, Legend Arm Alliance. Why does this card exist? I do not know. Now he has that main effect. You can play a 7 cost or less from your hand for free. What? 4 cost to play a 7 cost for free? Ridiculousness. And then he has the delay effect to reveal the top 4. Place those cards in the top and bottom in any order. Not only are you playing your level 7 for free, but next turn you're most likely going to Digivolve into your level 6. And then when you do that, you need to know what's on top of your security to utilize it. So, this guy sets you up for both halves. Why? This card should be more expensive. I love Ragnalord, but this is unfair. The restriction I hear is that it's a red-black card. So, that's why he exists. There's been times where I one-cost Digivolve into Spatamon and my opponent looks at me like I'm an idiot. And then I play this. And then boom, my level 5's on the field. Ridiculousness. This card is insane. It lets you go into Ragnalord so much faster. Ridiculousness.
Okay, so some quick cards to mention that you could always implement into your Ragnalord that I always was thinking about. For starters, we can start with the Chikurimon that comes with the Ragnalord starter deck. Now, it's great in this format where we're going up against a lot of stuff like Crossheart, like Blue Flare, like a lot of those sort of decks. So Chikurimon does come in handy since it makes so your players can't reduce play costs. It does make all players, but since you're not reducing, you're playing for free. It doesn't really affect you too much. The only downside to this card is that it's not a legend arm, so you can't really utilize it through searching. But it is level 3, so it doesn't really hurt that bad. Another card, instead of Fireball, you could run like Crimson Blaze or Red Mem Boost. Either or works. Depends on your taste. Crimson Blaze if you feel like you need to board wipe more often, and Red Boost for if you're not drawing enough. Another card that is very spicy to put in is Dark Gaia, since you will be having a lot of black and red on the field at the same time. Again, good board leader or good clear for the big boy that comes out, but Ragnalord kind of does that for you already, so you don't really need it. And then the spicy tech that you can implement is Black War Greymon. Now, you will be having red sources, you will be having black sources, so doesn't hurt to pull them out. I mean, again, this is a heavy tamer meta, so you can do some tamer shenanigans with that, and then you can also just do your unsuspense shenanigans with it. You just won't gain the effects, but hey, it's just a little fun card to put in there. You also can't search for it, but again, a little fun card to put in there. And there you have it, Ragnalord. Now again, this deck feels like it needs a lot of more love because it is fun, it is strong. I've been winning consistently with it. Only times I don't win is if I don't see a level 6 at all, which is very, very rare. Again, you guys see the combo. You guys can determine how you want to play the deck. You can either play it very fast or very safe. It just depends on your preference. And just the amount of board clearage along with damage you can deal in one go is just insane to me. And of how fast the deck is, especially with playing those level 5s for free with those effects going off. Insanity. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. Thanks again for getting us to 100 subs. That's amazing of y'all. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.